what I'm going to do, if I may, I will start off by mixing up the cards. I'm going to ask you please just to say stop at any time. Very good. I'm going to remove that card you stopped. Now we won't look at it yet. We'll just take it off and we'll set it down. We'll take the rest of the deck and put a rubber band around it. I have a joker on the bottom, so I cannot see the cards. I'm going to ask you, several of you now at this stage, I will hand you the deck and I will ask you to take the deck and just pop it open, look at a card, and then close it. Okay? And then remember your card, if you will, and then I'll have you stand up, if that's okay. So I'm going to hand you the deck, and I'm going to ask you, please, just to pop the deck open somewhere. Please, I don't want you to look at the joker, because I already know what that is. I'll have you pop it open. I'll have you look at a card, and then I'll have you just pop it down. You've got it. I'll have you remember your card. You've got it? Okay, very good. And then I will ask, and then I'll have you stand up, if you will, and I'll have you do the same. I'll have you pop it open, look at a card, and then, very good, then I'll have you stand up, if you will, and we'll do the same. Okay, I'll have you pop it open, look at a card, very good, and remember it, and I'll have you stand up. I'll ask you to do the same, okay, so that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, very good, and we'll make it 5. And have you do the same, just have you pop a card, then I'll have you stand up, and I'll take the deck back. Very good, thank you. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people looking at cards, or thinking of cards. You just randomly select a card. Now, I don't want you to do anything yet. I just want you to picture your card in your mind's eye, okay? And I'm going to get impressions from you. Please don't do anything yet. I'm getting an impression of 3 of clubs. I'm getting an impression of a 5 of diamonds. I'm getting an impression of an 8 of spades. I'm getting an impression of a Queen of hearts, and I'm getting an impression of a 2 of diamonds. If I mentioned your card, please sit down. Very good. Now, one card was selected at random and placed onto the table at the very beginning. Is that correct? After I shuffled the cards and you selected one. And this helps us to realize that when we are practicing medicine, we want to be certain that we don't practice randomly, that we practice in an organized fashion, practicing good medicine to the standard of care that is appropriate after we have established a patient-physician relationship. And in so doing, we also want to protect our practice. And we want to be certain that we have a good malpractice insurance policy. And you see, as a magician, I actually have a malpractice insurance policy. And remember, we just discussed the claims-made policies, the occurrence policies, and purchasing the reporting endorsement prior to our policy should we retire. And this policy says, conditions of this policy, all parties involved must be playing with a full deck of cards. Hopefully we all are. And it says this policy is valid when signed. Please read all the terms and conditions of this policy. Keep in mind, the most common contract entered into in the United States is the insurance contract. Also keep in mind, the least read document in the United States is the insurance contract. Now, this policy is here to help me. And what I want to illustrate is, so is your malpractice insurance policy. Hopefully you'll never need it. However, it is there to protect you. You selected a card at random. And now we're going to see if the policy that we purchased, as I was asked earlier, matches our practice. Would you please share with us aloud the actual card you selected? I'm going to have you hold it up and call it out to everyone. That card is the
King of Hearts.
the King of Hearts. And I'll have you hold it. We'll actually be able to see it. And let's see if our insurance policy actually covers our practice and see if it allows us to know that we are protected. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow.